Hey guys, this is Vicious765 here, and I got a couple of thoughts about E3. We'll get to the fighting game stuff a little bit later on, but first I'd like to talk about a couple of games that really are interesting to me. I didn't catch the Microsoft press conference, and I didn't catch Nintendo because, to be honest, I could care less about either or. I'm not a fanboy. I'm just saying, like, Nintendo is just not like how it was when the GameCube came out. When the GameCube came out, and when 64 was hot, like, that was the hot shit, you know what I mean? 64 and PlayStation, to me, they were even. PS2 was a bit better than GameCube to me, but GameCube was still pretty good. But, you know, ever since Wii came out, I just haven't really felt Nintendo like that, because it's just a lot of Mario stuff. Mario and Zelda, that's their cash cows, and that's what they don't have any new IPs, any good new IPs, that is. But moving further on, you know, I'm not, like I said, I respect Nintendo. I just wish they had come with some, you know, some more multi-console stuff. Like, it's sickening that, you know, most games get a PS3 360 thing, but not a Wii U port. When, you know, when GameCube was out, they had ports all the time. They had different ones, like, they had their own specific ones, like Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes. That was good. So on and so forth. You know, they had Bloody Roar Primal Fury. They had the best version of Bloody Roar. They had Mario Kart Double Dash, which was like, wow, they got a sequel to Mario Kart, finally, cool. And it's on home console, not a carry thing, not a mobile console. But anyway, moving forward, Final Fantasy VII. This trailer actually brought me to tears. I woke up about to go to work, and then I seen the trailer on Rajman's channel, and I was just like, wow, I can't believe they did it. Because, you know, Square Enix, they had promised to actually, they said that they were going to remake Final Fantasy VII once there's a game that outsells Final Fantasy VII. Now, I wonder what that could be. Do you think it could be Type 0? Type 0 didn't sell that much, did it? Was it just the fact that there was a bunch of downloads for Final Fantasy 15 demo? I have no idea, guys, but in any case, it really doesn't matter. We're getting Final Fantasy 7 back, and what do you guys think about that? Because honestly, quite honestly, I think that they should make two kinds of modes. They should make a classic mode where everything, all the items are at where they used to be, or if they're going to go with a different approach where things look kind of similar, where you know, it's similar to how it was in the original, but there's a little bit more. I'm fine with that. I would also be fine if everything was basically the same, but they put stuff in different places. Like, for instance, my favorite materia in that game, one of them at least, is 2 times cut. That allows you to attack twice with a physical attack, and you level it up, you get 4 times cut. I would love to see that actually put in multiple areas in the game instead of just one. Because that was a really cool technique that, you know, you don't get until like the end of the game, or like until you like usually until you get like a chocobo that can get you to that materia. But anyway, yeah, I'm very excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm definitely going to be picking that up, and I'm definitely going to be doing a stream on it. I'm going to do a stream, export it to YouTube and everything. I love Final Fantasy VII. Vincent Valentine, Yuffie, Barrett, Cid, Cloud. Not a really big Aerith fan. I hated when she died, but I wasn't really a big fan of her to begin with. Tifa, Nanaki, Red 13, Kate Sith. I don't fucking care about that guy. I'm ready. I'm so ready for it. And they can make some sort of code to make Aerith so you can play with her even after she dies. Spoiler alert. I would love that. But moving on, there's a new IP for Sony called Horizon Zero, I believe it is. That's what I love about Sony. They came out with like another IP. This game could have sequels, I can already tell. It looks good. We actually got to see gameplay, and the gameplay looks solid. Like, I'm interested to see what the story is like. Now, some people might say that, you know, it's just like Last of Us, you know, except further into the future. Well, that's the point of it, I think. It's further into the future, and there's no zombies. It looks like it's just machines that have outgrown humanity and have learned to get their own natural resources for themselves. Now, I am quite interested in seeing more of that. It's got my eye, because Last of Us was one of those games that caught my eye, and it was great. Now, this game, can't wait for it. I was honestly looking forward to a Last of Us 2 sequel, but as far as I know, I haven't seen anything like that yet. So we're just gonna have to wait for that. Now, moving on to what was the other thing? Dishonored 2. Dishonored it's been years since that game came out, and that game was awesome to me. People say it was too short, but when you're sneaking around, it actually takes a longer time, like a lot longer time to actually beat that game. Especially if you're trying to do stuff sneaky and you keep restarting, and you're a completionist. That game was good. The only thing I had to gripe about that game was the combat. The combat felt frantic, which was good because that's how the combat was supposed to be. You're not an all-powerful being. You're a sneaky assassin with powers. You know, you just have stuff that makes you a cut above the rest, and I like that about it. But it just felt like when I was fighting, I wasn't really in control of the fights because of, you know, people having guns and me not being able to defend myself properly. Well, unless I use mana, which is limited, but, you know, there's plenty of ways to replenish that. But it seems like Emily, Corvo's daughter, maybe. There are rumors that, you know, Emily is Corvo's daughter. I don't know if that's really canon or not, but she's supposed to be one of the characters you can play with. It seems like you can play with both Emily and Corvo. Corvo has a teleport, and Emily seems to have some sort of whip thing. Similar, made me think of Venom when she used it. I cannot wait to actually see that in action. I would love to play with both these characters, and I would love to see us having a weapon select. Like, I want a short blade, like sort of like a Kodachi. A Kodachi is in between like a sword and a dagger. It's pretty good length. It's like what fucking who Kazumi and Ayane use on Dead or Alive. I'm not Dead or Alive. Ninja Gaiden. But yeah, those games impress me. Now, one thing I do want to talk about, Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5, I'm not going to hate anymore. Street Fighter 5 looks good to me. I like the characters in it. They look good. I just don't think that the systems are going to complement the game very well. It seems like a lot of hullabaloo that you got to do. And I know Capcom and how they do stuff. But we'll just wait and see how that pans out here. I'm sure that a bunch of people will buy it. You know, I might eventually, even though I'm going to be a sucker for this. I'm going to be a sucker, Bill. You guys are going to be like, Vicious, you're such a fucking liar. I know. I'm probably going to get Street Fighter 5. Not this Street Fighter 5 when it comes out, because I know there's going to be a Super. So I'm not going to bullshit around. I'm going to get Super Street Fighter 5 when it comes out. And that's going to be the only one. I'm not getting Super Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition or none of that shit. And moving on to Namco. Namco is supposed to have 2 fighting games be announced this E3. And much to my surprise, or not really a surprise, they had Naruto Shippuden 4, I think it was, announced, which was like, okay, no Soul Calibur 6. I bet they're saving that for Tokyo Game Show. Which Tokyo Game Show is usually better than E3, but because of Final Fantasy 7 and the Horizon Zero and Dishonored 2, I had to say they did pretty good this year. They're probably going to... Capcom's probably going to announce Devil May Cry 5 later on this year, probably for the Tokyo Game Show, I would wager. And Soul Calibur 6 probably going to be announced Tokyo Game Show. People were hoping that Tekken Cross Street Fighter was going to be announced too, but all they did was just reveal Godzilla. You know, they were showing Godzilla. They didn't really reveal it. We knew it was coming out in Japan, but all they did was just like put it on the fucking trailer. So, you know, to raise expectations by putting fighting game on there, they put fucking Godzilla on there, which is very disappointing. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this? My opinions are, you know, they're my opinions, but what do you guys think? Dark Souls 3 was announced. Don't really care for that. Really want Bloodborne 2 more than Dark Souls 3, but it's whatever. I will catch you guys on the flip side. I gotta head back into work and show these people how it's done. I will catch you later.